आप देखते होंगे कि क्या आगे के जो है कैसे कदम उठाना अरे आप इन्हें पीछे
Okay, should we start?
Yes, ma'am, we can start.
Okay, so I was telling you about virtual private networks. Now the thing is, sometimes suppose you have an organization which has got branches in 4 different cities. Then we, in order to connect them, we can have our own wide area network, okay, wherein we have small private networks at each of the branches and one complete network which covers all 4 of them. But what would be the problem? The problem would be cost, because implementing such a network would be so difficult, because infrastructure would cost a lot. It would be really expensive. So to connect several sites, an organization will need several lease lines. Lease lines are maybe lines that you people lease from telephone companies, and which means you have to pay a very high fee. So one solution is to use global internet, because internet is already a interconnected network, where many networks all over the world are connected together. So one solution is to use the World Wide Web. Global internet means what World Wide Web for both private as well as public communication. This technology is called as virtual private network, which allows the organization to use global internet for both purposes, for private communication as well as for inter-network communication. It is private because it guarantees privacy inside the organization. It is virtual because it does not use real private wide area network. Suppose you had your own wide area network, you have to, install all the infrastructure and then use it. So that is not going to be there. Infrastructure is already there. World Wide Web is already there. You're going to use it for your own private needs, not only inside the organization, but also to interconnect multiple branches together. So such a network is physically public because it's an internet. Inter networks are there, okay? But virtually private because only your 4 branches of your organization you are interconnecting with the help of internet. Such a network would be called as virtual private network. If you all can see now, there's site A and there is site B, and people are able to communicate from site A to site B, that is from machine which is situated in one network with the machines which are situated in another network with the help of internet. Now each one is able to have their own networks. Internet is actually public, but it is being used for a private connectivity or for private communication, providing privacy. That is why it is called as a virtual private network. Okay. Now the last point that we have to learn in this chapter is firewalls. Now you people must have heard of firewalls. Okay. Firewalls are used to control access to a system or to a network. That is, we don't want everybody to access the data that is there in the or the resources of a network. So we can have firewalls. Now you people must have seen those old movies or some adventure movies where actually walls which have fire are there. I don't know whether you have seen some animated movies and games where firewalls are shown. Now, what are these firewalls? Suppose we have a firewall, crossing that firewall would be so difficult. Okay, if you have some important data in your network, you have to cross the firewall and go. Similarly, these firewalls are usually devices, or they could even be software. They are devices, usually a router or a computer, and they act as firewalls between external world and the internal network, or it is installed between the internal network and the rest of the internet. So suppose we have our own college, that is Gopte College, and we have so many networks, lab 1, lab 2, lab 3, and so on. So suppose some other college is trying to send some data to us. Now that time they may get access to our network. So what we can do, we can allow that data to pass through a firewall. Only those packets which are valid, which are not malicious, which are not coming from some unknown websites and all that, those we can allow. But those packets which are coming into the network and maybe from malicious websites, they're coming, they corrupt the network, they pass virus to a network, such packets could be blocked. This can be done with the help of a firewall. So all of you have a look at this diagram. Can you see there is the global internet, that is World Wide Web, okay? And there is a small private network, an internal network. We'll call this as a Gopte network, okay? The internal network is a Gopte network. So from the internet, maybe from some website, someone is downloading something and that data has to come into our network. So when that data is coming into the network, it has to pass through this firewall. Now, this firewall is going to act like a filter. It will forward only those packets which are from valid websites whose security is known or whose validity is known. Unknown websites, malicious websites, intruding websites, those packets will not be allowed inside the network. They will be discarded by the firewall, and that is how a firewall is going to act as a security system which will scan both incoming and outgoing packets. It's like, if we have a security guard at our college entrance who will check the IDs, and only those who are authentic students of our college he allows inside. Other students he sends them back. Like that, these firewalls also will act as a intermediary which verify and validate every incoming and outgoing packet to see to it that data is coming into the network from valid sources and going out of the network also from valid sources. Such systems which control access to a network are called as firewalls. Okay. Now, generally, there are two types of firewalls. One is called as packet filter firewall, and the second one is known as proxy-based firewall. Packet filter firewall can forward or block packets based on the IP address of the source, IP address of the destination, or port numbers of the source and the destination. So generally, TCP and UDP will come into picture. So packet-based filtering is happening. Depending on from which source it is coming, to which destination it is going, we decide to filter the packets. Such filtering is called as packet filter firewall. But sometimes we don't want to or we are unable to decide the authenticity of the packets based on their IP addresses. So what we do, we create proxy-based firewalls where we filter a message based on the information available in the message itself. example, in our college we have a cyber room. So what happens is suppose I'm trying to access some malicious websites on YouTube, or maybe some malicious websites on the internet which are banned by our college. Then if at all I'm trying to download something from there, immediately the firewall will block it. Here the blocking is not happening based on the IP address of the packet, but it is happening based on the message content or the application which is being used to get that data. That is called as a proxy-based firewall. Basically, whether it's packet filter firewall or a proxy-based firewall, the idea is not to allow any unwanted malicious packets into the network, and not to allow the network to be corrupted by these resources. So firewalls basically ensure security of a network, and they ensure the security of the resources present inside a network. Okay, so this is all I had to teach you. You can just go through all these slides. I'll show you all these slides once again and tell me if you followed them. Okay, we learned about digital signature. We learned difference between conventional and digital signature. Then we also learned how digital signature process is happening. That is, it could take place either by signing the document or by signing the digest. For signing the document, simple encryption algorithm and private key is used. At the other end, decryption algorithm and public key is used. Signing the digest means take the original message, apply the hash function, obtain a digest, also apply the private key, send the message and the digest to the receiver. The receiver will also do the same process and generate its own digest. If both the digests are matching, accept it, otherwise reject it. Okay, I have told you what is entity authentication, the definition of claimant and verifier. Then I have told you passwords and types of passwords. I have told you what are private networks, what is meant by intranet, extranet, and hybrid networks. And I have told you what is the meaning of the word virtual private networks. Security of a network can be ensured with the help of firewalls. That also we have learned today. There are two types of firewalls, packet filter firewall and proxy-based firewall. So what what I have now done is I have covered all the units of your syllabus, and I have given the notes also. I gave the notes to Rishikesh yesterday. Third unit and fourth unit I had shared before, and fifth unit is also shared with you. Now what I suggest is you go through all the notes, complete syllabus. And if you feel certain parts of the syllabus you people have not understood, or you want me to explain them once again, then maybe in the next week someday we can schedule and we can meet once again on Zoom, so that I can try to clear your doubts. If not, if you people want to personally talk to me also, just give me a call or send me a message. I'll be able to clarify your doubts. Okay? So should I unmute you people, or if you have any doubts, you only unmute and ask me.
Ma'am, Ritik is asking if you will give important question and answers. Question bank.
Question bank you want? I don't have a question bank. Now there's nothing called important questions. Okay, I don't know what is important questions. But okay, I'll see if I can make a question bank and share it with you. I'll check. If
Means
possible,
like
I'll
which are
make
sure,
that.
ma'am, which can.
Sorry?
Ma'am, which will be sure at exam that way.
That is what, how can I be sure? I am not the paper setter, no, then I can't be sure about it. I can only.
Ma'am, some questions will be no.
No. You can refer to some old question papers if possible. I don't know. Check on the RCU website. Last year's web question paper you will be able to access there. Otherwise, if possible, after 3rd May, if the lockdown improves, then I will go to college and scan the question paper and send you. So you people can refer to old question papers, especially last year's question paper, and if possible, solve it also. It will be very useful for you. All I can do is, if you want, I can make some list of 2 marks, 5 marks and 10 mark questions and share it with you. But you can't be sure that those questions will only come. It could be anything else also. You never know.
Ma'am, at least as per chapters you will get to know. No?
Yeah, that is what that I can do, but they're not called as important questions. That is called as a question bank. I'll try to make a question bank and give you. No problem.
Devani wants you to explain types of firewalls once again.
Types of firewalls once again. Okay, yeah. See, firewalls basically are going to scan all packets which come into the network and which go out of the network. So they act as security firewalls. Okay. So if the firewalls have to be implemented, they can be implemented in 2 ways. One is called as packet filter firewall. Another one is called as proxy based firewall. Packet filter means every packet that comes into the network and every packet that goes out of the network, the firewall will check its IP address, source IP address and destination IP address. For example, suppose a particular packet is coming from one particular machine which has been blacklisted, which is, one particular user whose IP address we know, he keeps on sending some malicious packets. So if we have banned such numbers or such IP addresses, then the firewall can filter them. It will never send those malicious packets into the network. It will filter at the firewall itself. There, the filtering is happening based on the IP address of the source, IP address of the destination, or IP source port and the destination port. So basically, what is coming into picture there is TCP and UDP, because IP address means TCP and UDP means port addresses and IP means IP address. But sometimes, it is not always possible to know. See, a malicious user may change his machine. So the moment he changes his machine, his IP address will also change. So suppose one particular machine we have blacklisted. If he changes his machine, there is no way of checking whether he's a valid user or not. So sometimes many organizations, what they do is, instead of filtering the packets based on their IP addresses, they will filter the packets based on the message. What is the content of that message? For example, in our college, we have an application called a CyberOhm. Now, what is the CyberOhm? Any user who is trying to access the internet or getting some downloaded information from the internet, they are filtered by that CyberOhm. CyberOhm has the administrator, our college administrator, he will ban certain sites, like maybe Facebook or maybe Instagram or maybe YouTube. College students, if they start accessing, YouTube, general educational videos is a different aspect. But suppose they try to access some Bollywood film, or maybe they try to chat with their friends on Instagram. In that case, the whole purpose of having internet and digital library in the college will be lost. So what they do, what administrators do, they ban certain websites or they ban certain applications. Here we are, whenever that, suppose you are trying to access Facebook from your college account, from your college internet. So CyberOhm will act like a proxy. Whenever you try to access Facebook, it will give you a message saying this particular website cannot be accessed because the administrator has not allowed you. So what is happening whenever you are trying to access and downloading something from those unknown or unwanted websites, the CyberOhm proxy filter will try to stop them at the firewall level itself, and those packets cannot be accessed by you. This kind of filtering, we call it as proxy-based firewall. Whereas if you are filtering the packets based on their IP addresses, then it is called as packet filter firewall. I hope I'm clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we will do now is we'll stop here. My work I have done well. I think I have covered everything. But you people need to you people need to study well. Don't assume there are not going to be exams. Some wrong fake media is putting some fake news into the newspaper saying that exams will not be there. Surely 100% exams will be there. So keep studying for the exams. They'll get scheduled very soon and we'll get to know also. And if at all you people have some doubts, contact Rishikesh. He'll contact me. and one day we all could meet, we all could decide, and I can clarify your doubts. If possible, I'll make a list of questions, question bank, and also I will share it with you. Okay? All of you stay at home, don't go out, and take care of yourselves. Can I expect that from you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All the best. Take care.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.